Hello and welcome to Rebels Radio latest interview. I'm joined by Slough Joint Manager Neil Baker. How are you, Neil?
I'm very well, John. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. So, a week between games. Looking back at last Saturday, 2 points dropped or 1 point gained?
I think 1 point gained, 2 points dropped. It could have gone either way. I thought it was one of those games, 2-2 and down to 10 men, and then having a penalty, you take a point all day long. But then we could have probably nicked it at the end. It wasn't a great game. But the lads worked hard in tough conditions, and we matched a team who were meant to be one of the favourites for the start of the season.
So a good start to December, and now on to the next game, away game. 2 tough away games down to Dorset on the trot. What are your expectations for Saturday?
Well, we've got a tough week, obviously, with Weymouth, Merthyr at home, and then another journey down to Poole. So, yes, listen, all three of those games are, against sides that you would expect to be up challenging, either for the title or the playoffs. We know Weymouth have been very good defensively this season. I think they've only conceded 14 goals. Haven't scored lots, but every time we've seen Weymouth, they've always been good going forward. Players like Shepherd in the side, Yetton, they're good players. So we know it's going to be tough, but we'll go down there in confident mode. We're on a good run, and we want to continue that, but we know it'll be difficult.
And in terms of squad news, obviously Rummy's left us this week, and there's been some other injuries and some approaches, etc. What's been going on with the squad?
Well, obviously Rummy's away now till his next game is Kettering, so he'll miss the next 5, which is obviously a blow. Sizzy, we hope will be available Saturday. It might be from the bench, but he's actually not that far off, so hopefully he'll be okay. We had an approach for Nathan, but Nathan's decided to stay, which is good news. Jay's still a little bit sore with his hamstring. He did bits tonight in training, but not 100% sure. Again, we're going to have to wait and see. I think we're going to have to go down to Weymouth with 2 or 3 question marks, if I'm brutally honest. But we'll make do with what we've got. There's nobody coming in for the weekend. We've been out to watch players this week. We've spoken to 1 or 2, but we are where we are at the moment.
And in terms of players, are you looking for any particular positions? Is Stonehouse still an option? Are you looking for centre midfielders? What are you looking at?
No, I mean Stoney's back at Oxford. We've got Jay with us, and we've got to forget Stoney. For this season, I think he's under contract at Oxford City, so he's been playing for them. So we've got to concentrate on what we've got at the moment. We've got a good squad of players. They're very together at the moment, and yes, we've got 1 or 2. Obviously with Rummy being away, we're trying to look to bring somebody in, but it is difficult because Rummy will come straight back into the squad in 3.5 weeks' time. So you're looking to try and plug gaps. We're not in a position where we can go and have a squad of 19, 20, 21 players. So we are running it a little bit tighter, and at the end of the day, you can only have 14 players that enters a field. So whilst we might not have the squad of 16, for example, invariably that doesn't really make too much difference.
And in terms of your starting 11, are you comfortable that your starting 11 for Saturday?
No, don't know our starting 11 at the moment. We are looking at formations. We're looking at maybe doing something different. I don't know. It's just it will depend a little bit when we get down there. 1 or 2 will probably have fitness tests, and we'll then make a judgment call based on what we feel is right for that game and right for the personnel that are declaring themselves fit.
And with 3 tough games, as you've mentioned, coming in quick succession and a small squad, what happens if you do pick up a couple of months? How are you going to cope?
Well, we have got 1 or 2 sort of on standby. Obviously we have the likes of Wes Harrison, Stuart Lake. There's a lad at Kingstonian. I've spoken to Tommy Williams and Gordon Bartlett at Wealdstone. So there's 1 or 2 floating around that we can probably get our hands on very, very quickly. And yeah, that's how we're sort of having to play things at the moment, a little bit week to week. And as you say, once we get past this period, we're pretty much Saturday to Saturday. Obviously, with the exception of sort of Frome the Potters Bar game. So, you know, we're confident that we'll be okay, but we'll have to just keep reassessing it. And if we pick up injuries, we'll be reactive more than proactive, I guess is the word.
And looking to this week, obviously 3 games, 9 points on offer. What would be a reasonable return?
Well, I mean, it's difficult, you know. Listen, you know, if somebody said you're going to win one, draw one, lose one, you'd probably say, well, that's not too bad. You know, if you're talking about being a mid-table side, if you're looking at possibly trying to, you know, edge closer towards the playoffs, then you want 2 wins from it. You know, three wins is absolute dreamland. You know, but 3 tough games. You know, we've got to work hard, and we'll see whatever comes out of it.
And you're now at the midpoint of the season after the game last Saturday. What would you say is your kind of halfway through review of performance to date?
Poor start, really poor start. I think I mentioned it on the forum. You know, 9 points from 11 games. Fantastic last 12 games. You know, that's quarter of the season. 23 points, which is, you know, it's playoff form. So, you know, if we could replicate the last 12 games in the next 12 games, then we'll give ourselves an outside chance of actually achieving something this season. But that's a hell of an achievement because, as I said before, there's only 2 sides that have bettered that run in the last 12 games and 2 sides that have matched it. So it's very, very tough to get on that kind of run. So, but listen, if we could replicate the points, then we'll be improving on last year.
Excellent. Well, thanks ever so much for your time. Good luck on this tough week, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, John.
Cheers, Neil. Bye-bye.